Well, much happened in the 8 days that we lost in the momentary visit to Waterdeep. Lakeshire was seemingly free of the Gith, and Prince of Adair was there with Flawn and Crispin, and they want to name Ionis King of Monterre and set up a peace treaty, which all seems like progress. However, there's still the issue of Havus Corvair. He is apparently in a godstone of his own, and there are 8 alchemists that we must attend to make sure he does not catch wind that the timing of his stone has slowed down to match ours. He can no longer create an army in minutes. And one of those alchemists is apparently Griggly and Elspeth's own daughter. And they don't seem bothered that they've asked us to kill her. Something seems amiss. On with the Dungeon Dads.
Heroes rise, heroes fall. I see 'em on the front line, standing tall. They're risking life and limb to answer the call. But what they fighting for? Don't know, don't care. Just along for the ride, but everyone must stand. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna win inside.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. This is the Dungeon Dads. Every war must end. As always, I'm your DM, Tom Blaylock, and I'm joined by John Watson playing the wizard Ionis Silhavind. What's up, John?
What's going on? Season 4. Off
Season
to
4.
a great start.
In full effect.
In full effect.
I feel like this is the season 4 climax. Right.
This
here.
is. It feels like a little bit of a climb. Well, I mean, I'm ready for it. I'm ready to take us straight to 89.
Tom's been thinking about it all weekend. He's built up and ready to go.
Oh man, I made so many NPC sheets. So I'm not doing that full roll up thing anymore. There's no more like D6s on the ground making characters for you guys just like to just lay waste to. So Tim Carr playing Filnir Omajira, the warlock. Hexblade.
Greetings and
What's up, Tim?
salutations, everybody. Happy to have you here.
Yeah, are you getting worried?
I'm worried that you're going to try to cram this into 8 episodes, or 7 more episodes, so we finish at 89.
I won't do it. I can't do it. It's impossible.
He'll do it like with my kids counting to 3. Right?
Yeah.
2.5.
Yeah.
2 3/4.
It's amazing that the
2 and 5
infinity
6.
infinity between 0 and 1 is bigger than infinity in non-decimal numbers. So we could make that work.
That's crazy.
Is that true?
It's true.
You're literally blowing me right now, Tim. Away.
Away. You keep forgetting to say away.
You keep freaking saying away. Away. Apparently, they just keep blowing everyone away. Sam Frank playing Schnubik the Bastard. What's up, Sam?
Mr. F. I'm happy to be here.
All right. So last episode, you went ahead and allowed Griggly and Elspeth to open up this portal somewhere in the Gilbraine Wilds. It opens up into what's essentially a storeroom. You do hear people around. You hear some footsteps nearby. Ionis sent in, what's the muskrat's name?
Saber.
The muskrat.
Saber the mongoose, damn it.
And so Saber goes in. He's not in a different plane. You can communicate to him and with him as though he's still only like 60 feet away from you, which is weird, but like it's magic. So that's how it works. We ended last time right before you guys were going to step through. So I'm assuming you're going to step through.
As Sam hinted, there was some semi-spoilery, it's safe to travel. So I think we can say we traveled through.
All right. So you walk in, you walk through, and it's fairly dark in here. And for a moment, the portal is still open, and you realize the entirety of the light that you're getting in the storeroom is entirely from the room in Lakeshire that you're leaving. And as the portal closes, it is complete pitch black. Now, Filner, you can see in like all manner of darknesses, right?
Yes, I have Devil's Sight.
And Schnobik, you can see out to 10 feet, right?
Yeah.
With your blind sight.
With my
That's
blind sight.
some bullshit. At least Ionis can't see Jack, which I like that much.
All right. Everything seems clear from here.
Yes, the room is full of wares.
Is it? What? I can't. It's pitch black in here.
Don't
Take a small step to your left, Ionis.
I would say do not step at all.
Which one is it?
Hold still. Let us find a light source. His eyes are weak, Filnir. He cannot handle this.
Oh, yes, I forget.
Well, hold on. Now, with prestidigitation, I can create fire.
Uh-huh. Good idea.
Can I just hold that in my hands, or can I light a torch?
Like a lighter?
Well, here's what I'm going to let you do. I'm going to let you put your finger up, like just your pointer finger,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just going to make like a candle type of a light that you can hold that. You don't have like control flames or like create bonfire or anything like that, right?
No.
All right. So, I mean, look, you're not that good with fire. So all you're going to make is a, so like a little candle on your finger, but it's going to do five feet of bright light, just like a candle would, and 5 more feet of dim light. So you have 10 feet that you can kind of make out things.
Okay.
Boxes, bags of flour and other grains. And you hear someone in the room next to you kind of bumbling around, and you hear bilberries. Bilberries are here somewhere. Dasha, please bring the torch down for me. I can't see anything with these old eyes. Yes, Father. Oh, very good. And you can see a door now, and there's a light that's kind of coming underneath the door, and you hear on the other side of this door, you hear the old man and Dasha sort of looking through glass clinking together, it sounds like.
I put out the light on my finger.
Filnir goes invisible. Not that Ionis can tell.
Can you find a way to make yourself more hidden than you are?
Fine. Cast invisibility on myself.
All right. I'm just gonna hide.
I am also going to say that we did the ritual casting of raries. This is all in our heads.
Sure,
All right.
sure, of course. I'm
Wait a
kind of
second
assuming.
now.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. You have to always ask him.
He allowed it, though. Like, I didn't just do it. This was before we got there. This was something that I asked him nicely.
Yeah, I
No,
know,
but Sam
I
wants
want
you to ask.
You to ask me in character. That's all. Wait a second. This is just gonna be a cutaway, flashback, 1 hour earlier.
Schnobik, we are going for infiltration, so I must cast Rary's telepathic bond on it. So I'm going to put my hand on your head, and I'm going to cast Rary's telepathic bond.
You said all of that, but I did not hear a question.
God damn it, Schnobik.
Terrible.
May I please cast Rary's telepathic bond on you?
Well, clearly it's necessary. Proceed.
And usually I just kind of place my hand on people's heads, but I whap him upside the forehead.
A little harder. Yeah.
You can hear. You hear a little bit more sort of fumblings around, and then the door just swings open like wildly.
Do you
almost
want me
like it
to
was kicked open?
roll a stealth check?
Yes, roll a stealth check with advantage. Obviously, no one knows you're here. You're totally hidden and out of sight.
That's a 19.
Ooh, I got to roll something here too.
I mean,
I didn't
that's
think he
low
was gonna
for
be-
me, but
That's super low for you.
but that's very high for a mere mortal.
Okay. All right, cool. So this door opens up, and it is an utterly ancient looking elf. Even has a few strands of beard on his face, which is very rare for elves. If you had to guess, probably close to 1,000 years old.
So he's an old-looking elf.
Old elf. And there's a old woman behind him as well. A little bit younger, but still super old. Older than any elf you've ever seen. And you hear her in a voice that sounds like oddly childlike. She says, "Father, they're not in there." "Oh, Dasha, they are in here. I can't see without my bilberries." And you see that he is wearing a headscarf that covers his eyes entirely, and it is it's all white. All his clothes are entirely white, and he comes in and he walks right past you, Schnobik, and he reaches out and he's reaching right at you, and you can see that there's a jar of bilberries like right next to where you're standing. And he reaches in and he reaches right past you and picks it up, and he goes, "Ooh, it's very cold in here, but makes me happy." Let me see how happy he gets.
You get poked in the forehead as you're ducking down.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be looking for people with these pendants, right?
Yeah, that was going to be my next question.
No pendant on this guy. He looks like he's wearing the clothes of a servant, or like institutional clothes, maybe even like maybe he is at a hospital, a place of healing, perhaps. And he grabs this jar of bilberries that is probably a 2-quart jar, and he puts 3 or 4 of them in his mouth, and you can see that they're desiccated, almost like raisins. And he begins to chew on them, and he says, "Oh, Dasha, take this thing." And he takes off his headscarf, and when he removes the headscarf, you see that his eyes are glowing. And he looks, he goes, "Oh, goodness. Wait, I smell something. You there, wizard. You there. Human, you, yeah, you. You."
Ionis is just standing completely still.
Yeah. Yeah,
Frozen,
he's clearly looking right your
like
direction. and then-
there's no way he can see me right now.
and Dasha goes, "Father, what are you looking at?" He's, "Oh, never mind. It's just a crate." And he turns around and and he walks back out and leaves the door open, and you can see that it's another storeroom, but it's got stairs, and it's you can see from here, stone is the ceiling, and it looks a lot like the architecture of the under the temple at Robert's Gift. So it looks like a super long corridor with columns in it, but here the columns are over crates and boxes and bags. It looks like it's just chock full of things here. And they amble down the hallway, and they're walking very slowly, but they're walking away from you.
I did not want to say this until we were separate from Griggly, Elspeth, the rest. Would it not make more sense for us to steal Havus Corvair's ascended ore?
And bring it back to a defensible position.
Yes. I assume they have to have possession of it to communicate with it, rather than scour this castle and slaughter half the inhabitants. Why not just grab the ascended ore and make haste away?
Well, we don't know that for sure, Schnobik. I mean,
They may be able to communicate with him even without having it in their possession.
I mean, I can communicate with beings on any plane. As long as I concentrate on them hard enough.
Yes.
Yes, but does Havus know how to do that? He's not a wizard.
No, but who knows what his alchemists can do.
Yes.
No, my brother is right. Slaughter it is.
Yes, unfortunately, it would be so fun to just drop his stone to the bottom of the lake and just surprise him when he comes out of being leagues underwater.
Perhaps we could do both.
Both?
Slaughter his people and then drop his stone to the bottom of the... Good Lord, what do I sound like?
And
I'm glad to see my brother's finally getting some sense. I feel like you and I are rubbing off on him a little bit, Filnir.
It seems that every time we go out on an adventure, things seem to be more and more dangerous. Anyhow, Filnir, I don't know if this will even work. That elf looked straight at me. Didn't last forever, but you seem to have an easier time going invisible than I did. Are you able to maybe turn Saber invisible so that he can scout?
At the expense of my own invisibility, to be sure. I do have to concentrate, of course.
No,
we could just wait down here.
We must proceed together, I believe, and proceed quickly. If we are discovered, we must act.
I think perhaps we should take some bilberries.
Might be a good idea. Are there any left?
I rattle the jar. Are there any in there?
yeah, it's full. He took a handful, but
What? I'm gonna take a quick scan. You want me to give a perception check?
Yeah.
Anything else like of phenomenal use in here that like might give me glowing eyes and see into other realms?
I mean,
sure.
That's a 25.
Ooh.
Damn.
Okay. So give me a stealth check as well.
And a stealth with advantage again?
This will not be with advantage.
Okay, just straight up stealth.
Straight stealth.
28.
Okay. So, you're doing this kind of quickly and you sort of know what you're looking for-ish. You're no stranger to the arcane arts. And other than the bilberries here, you realize that you are in a room that is full of components for magical spells and potions and things of magical quality. There's literally every single piece of every spell that you personally cast here. You even see things like a dead man's eye stuck in
diamond dust
and amber. There's diamond dust in here. Yes, there's all manner of spell components in here. They're not well labeled. You would have to spend some time if you said, I really need this, but everything you have, everything you look for.
If only we had a bag that could silence the clatter of bottles, we'd just shove it all in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Figure it out later.
But certainly, and then when you sort of, you can see out in the hallway, everything is labeled fairly clearly. And they're in piles, and each one says 1 week. So it looks like each one is like a week's worth of rations for some number of people, many more than one.
Did anyone familiar with this keep give us any sense of the layout?
So yes, I mean you have a little bit of a knowledge that the storeroom is under the square, so you don't exactly know where you're going to pop up, but probably somewhere in the square is where you're going to come up. So you won't be actually in the palace when you arrive. But it's not a large castle. 2 stories with some towers that are defensible, and an underground and sort of an undercroft that is in each one of these buildings, but the undercrofts do not connect. At least that's the information that you have.
And we don't necessarily have a sense of where these alchemists might be.
In the palace.
In the palace somewhere.
Or in and around. I mean, they're still people. They're still living their lives.
What was I able to get any sense of where the control rods might be?
Again, in the palace somewhere.
Okay. I do think we must scout. We cannot act and risk any piece of this plan getting away from us, any of these alchemists getting a message off. So we should prowl these shadows as well as we can, mark any alchemists we find, and attempt to silence them all simultaneously.
Agreed. Tom, a little housekeeping for you.
Yeah.
Filnir is wearing the +3 breastplate. He did not give
Awesome.
it to Schnobik.
Okay.
And during the break, during our rests, he asked Ionis to put some spells in his ring since it had
great.
been emptied out.
Yeah.
So I can tell you what those are if you want, or I can surprise you later. John and I
You can
both are
surprise
aware.
me. Just
Okay.
just stay honest. That's all.
Yeah.
So, after a few minutes, you do hear the stairs creak in the far distance. A door opens and a door closes, and you think that's probably the old elf and Dasha leaving the storeroom.
Schnubik, can I try one of those berries?
This is really not the time to experiment, I fear, but...
But he cannot see Schnobik.
Ah, well, okay. And I flip one to him, not knowing that he can't see, and it bounces off of his tunic. And then I place one in his hand.
Thank you. All right, I put it in my mouth. I chew it up.
Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Awesome. It's gonna go so.
And add your age bonus DC
I
952.
I fear this may rock your world. That elf was a mere 28 years old.
It's an 11.
Yeah, it's a plain bilberry. Some people believe it's good for your eyes.
But nothing changes for me.
Nothing changes.
Nothing changes.
Nothing changes. His eyes were glowing for some other reason.
Can I do a cursory look around for like healing potions or something that would be useful like that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Filnir, now's not the time to shop. We must move.
No, I'm not shopping. This is like as we're walking through. Investigation or perception? What do you want?
Whichever one you prefer is fine.
Well, fine. 12 on perception.
Okay.
Because that would have been a 6 on investigation.
So the places that you would assume things like that would be, like it's all just ingredients in this room. So there's no products. As you're walking down the hallway in the Undercroft here, you take the time to pick up a few of the canvas coverings of the supplies. No potions, a lot of the elves call it rock bread, but they're essentially, wafers. They're essentially wafers that are extremely high in calories and protein.
One bite is enough to constipate a full-size man.
That's right. That's right.
As we're walking through and they're noticing all these things, I just say to them, all right, this tower we cannot burn down. We take the tower. I can take these. We can take these items with us.
Let us control the tower. We control the items.
Or unless Havus knows where this is. Yes, maybe we can come back every time, but we can take it with us at any time. We're walking.
Yeah, this is all in our head as we're walking.
Yeah,
so
while we're walking.
So Ionis, give me a history check. I guess history is the right one for this.
Okay.
History I think history is the one for this.
19.
Oh, nice. Are you proficient with history?
I am.
Okay.
No, he just has a +10.
So yeah, that's right. It's like, so you can tell that you sort of know how much of the rock bread is meant for how many people, and it looks like each one of these piles is probably enough to keep 5,000 people well fed or 10,000 people sort of, well enough.
Yeah.
Wow. Well enough. Each one of these piles, and there's probably 40 piles. of these. They're under canvas covers, so it's a lot. The other thing that you notice is that they're definitely packed in these packages that are perfect for saddlebags. So looks like they are made for riding on horseback to carry these things.
Are we too early or too late? If they've gone into the ascended ore, why would all of this be here?
They think they're coming back tomorrow. They're going to come back tomorrow. They're going to march on us. We've got to get rid of all of these things. We've got to get rid of all this now. Let's secure the tower, and then I will hide all of this.
Let's make sure they don't come back. Yes. Yeah.
How much stuff is it, Tom? Like, how many thousands of pounds are we talking about?
Each pile is probably 500 pounds, 1,000 pounds each.
So it's not like we could have Ionis open a scroll and just like push some shit through. Make it disappear on the far side.
I'm gonna open a demiplane and push it through with Bigby's hand. We've got this.
That would work.
Yeah.
Bigby's hand would work on that. Yeah.
We can take care of all this stuff.
Nice.
But you're clearly seeing.
You're clearly across the floor.
You're clearly seeing, if not like siege level supplies, something akin to that.
If we prevent the army from returning, then it's a moot point.
I do not know if we will prevent it, but as long as they can find this, then they will have something. If we can hide this to where they can't find it, we have the advantage, and we can give it to our own people.
Yes, but let us not get distracted.
All right. Saber is in front. And
right.
Are we at a door yet?
Yeah, you can get you. So
I'm going to mage hand the door open and then let Saber go through, and I'm going to look around in Saber.
So Saber comes out, and it is a large stone square. And remind me, when you are seeing things, you see exactly what he sees and not really filtered as though through his eyes, right? Like you're controlling him and seeing through with your own conscious mind.
I see it as us being a team. He's seeing and I'm seeing at the same, you know what I mean? Like I'm not controlling him.
Yeah.
I'm giving him suggestions, but I'm kind of piggybacking off of what he's doing.
How familiar is Ionis with the architecture of Neverwinter?
Honestly, if you had asked me earlier, I would have said very familiar, but seeing as how with the plane or travel and all this that we're dealing with, I probably not that familiar.
You've seen the Neverwinter
consulate.
Yeah, I've seen the consulate.
Probably.
I've seen, I've seen paintings.
So this square is incredibly ornate. Nothing is what it seems to be, in the sense that doors into shops look like the mouth of a fish that you would walk into, and there are relief carvings on every building of sort of narrative scenes of various things. There's no columns to speak of. They're all sort of statues of humans holding up ceilings and roofs, like on their back and shoulders. So it's just very ornate, very the artisanship is top notch for sure.
And a lot of human stuff.
A lot of humans represented in laboring positions.
Does Saber smell anyone nearby?
So the square is huge.
He smells
about a quarter
Cyprisuckle honeydew, who also slithers out from around the corner and begins his own examination of the square.
Yeah, it looks like
you hear Schnobik next to you. Fucking elves. Nothing better to do than carve their door for 1,000 years.
And so it's about a quarter of a mile square, this square.
A quarter.
it is-
What kind of tower?
Each side is a quarter of a mile, and there are maybe 9 people in this whole giant area. It looks like a ghost town. You can see the ancient elf like making his way toward the palace area, and you've got on the the west side, you have the palace, which is, I mean, it's pretty, but it's not big. I mean, there are townhouses in the Mickelberg that are larger than this palace. Marketplaces around the side, they're all closed. They all have shutters that are closed off. It looks like this is where perhaps like outdoor stalls would be set up, but there's just nobody here. I mean,
So-
there are 8 people
Yeah.
walking around, but it's not.
Where
it's
did the old
dead.
elf? Is anybody headed towards the palace?
The
Do we
old
see the
elf is
palace?
walking toward the palace with his almost equally old daughter, Dasha.
Is
Okay.
the square open air?
It's open air.
Okay.
Yes. It's open air. The markets, so it's like the sides are all, form a protective wall around it, and there are stores that are built like against the wall. So you can see they're made of wood, but you can see the wall that rises up behind it. So it's basically like 15 or 20 foot high stone wall, and then 11 foot high buildings that are sort of leaned up against the wall just on the outer ring, and then lots of places that clearly like wagon wheel ruts running through the stone through the square in places that look like almost like a grid. So you can tell that like this has movement and it has traffic in it at some points, but it's just not right now.
We shall follow this pair into the palace. Both stay invisible. Try to keep your eyes on me. It will be difficult. And I'm gonna follow them.
Okay, and it's about
Stealth.
say 6 p.m. So it's the
It's not
the sun
dark,
is
dark.
It's not dark. The sun is going down, but it's still, you can still see fairly well.
I am assuming, well, that the lack of people on the street would make following them in a traditional sense more difficult, but following them in Schnobik's preferred method easier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flitting from shadow to shadow. Yeah.
Ionis, follow your nose. Schnobik is on the move. I do
All
know
right.
the last time he bathed.
True. All right, shall we? We can't see each other, but
No, we
Yeah.
can't.
So
Do you want to go
everybody-
first?
I
I'll wait. Tell me when you're through the door.
Phil, are you coming?
I whisper audibly, I'm right behind you, I think.
I'm gonna
Visibility
call
sucks.
out. I'm gonna call out landmarks in my mind as I reach them. Yeah, fish door,
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good.
leaning ladder.
So,
Just in case
So
they
gi-
lose track of me, in
So
the
give me-
shadows.
everybody give me a stealth check and a perception check.
Remind me, does
And I'll let-
breastplate have disadvantage on stealth checks? I don't remember.
I think breastplate is fine. It's half
breast-
plate is disadvantage, but
Breastplate is
breastplate's
the only one that's fine of
Yeah.
the
Okay.
medium.
Great.
22.
shit. 8 for stealth.
Okay.
Wait,
One
you get
second.
advantage because you're invisible, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
I'm gonna roll 2 dim.
21.
Perfect. Great, guys.
16.
Okay. Great.
Natural 20 perception. Holy shit. Never
Ooh.
have I ever.
Oh, I
So,
forgot we're rolling perceptions too.
I want.
Natural 20 perception.
What is happening?
Jesus.
8.
Okay. Okay.
It couldn't be 3 natural 20s in a row, but I had to try.
All right.
Brother,
so,
not only did I sense something, but I sensed you sensing it.
Okay. So I'm going to say that Schnobik is moving ahead, and he's the leaning ladder now, and now he's at the milk and teat, and he's sort of keeping his eyes on the elderly pair and other people who were around, and Ionis keeps looking back, and so Schnobik at the palace now, the gates are wide open. It's probably 20-foot high wooden doors. It is basically like a townhouse. Like it's like unmistakably, it is the nicest, largest building on the square. But it's still not grand. 2 stories, each one a very, very high 2 stories. And then it has 2 towers that sort of go straight up from it that are probably each 60 feet high. And again, the style of architecture continues. At the open doors, you see 2 very lazy looking guards with these 14-foot long pole arm halberds, for lack of a better word. They are elven axes with a point at the very tip that look like they'd be good enough as a spear, but also you could hack at boats. They look maritime more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
How high is the roof before the towers go up?
So of the marketplace
No, of
that's
the
around?
palace.
Oh, of the palace, probably 30 feet. It's probably 15 feet per level from floor to floor.
Okay.
So it's about 30 feet.
Just trying to
30 feet
figure out
high.
if I could jump it if I needed to.
You might be able to. I think you can with your math. You could probably jump from where you are to it, for God's sake.
Okay.
So that's what you notice. Ionis, you are like watching your back. You
Okay.
know, you're sort of like looking at that, and you realize that like where you have come out, the storeroom is actually right next to the only gate to the outside of the marketplace area. And you see that there are guards posted up on the roofs of the 2 market buildings that flank the gate where you left. And they look like they're very on edge. And you hear a drum beat. And it is very distant, but very deep, like taiko drums. And it's boom, 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 boom. And it's getting closer, but it's still very far away. But it's clear that that's what it is. It's actual drums. It's not anything else.
And the guards are facing away from us, looking at this
Away
drum beat?
from you, looking out at this drum beat. Yes.
Okay. I just say, hang on, behind us, something's happening. Do you hear that? Do you hear the drums?
I'm going to send Sippersuckle Honeydew to slither out the gate while people are distracted and see what he can smell on the wind.
Yeah. So when he leaves, you can tell that that he is standing in what was very recently a forest. Stumps everywhere. And he can see half a mile away at least. Emerging from the remainder of the forest is a small contingent of people very far away following a drum as they are marching very clearly toward the marketplace where you are.
I say to Ionis, it looks like it's merely a small group of people. We should continue on. Do you have any idea who they might be, though?
I have no idea. I just know that the guards, do you see them up on the roofs? They're looking rather distressed.
Personally, I'm stumped.
Oh man!
Should we find a hiding place and watch this play out?
No, I believe we take advantage of the distraction and enter the palace. My only consideration is, do we do it by stealth, or shall I take on the appearance of one of these elves?
Well,
I picked up disguise self in my last level up.
they seem to be a close-knit family. If they see an elf that they don't recognize, won't they ask questions?
No, I would take on the appearance of one they would recognize.
But we've only seen the 2. And they've
Oh,
presumably also...
Oh, well,
just
we've
seen
seen
the 2.
other elves around. Look, there's one over there in that shop.
Close enough to imitate them.
Yes.
Impressive
I believe
eyes,
so.
Snowbeck.
and the drums are getting closer now. They're moving. You guys aren't like hauling ass toward the palace, but like these guys are moving closer. And Schnobik, you see from the palace doors a woman emerges, and she's wearing armor that is very reminiscent of the armor that both Azir Gerald was wearing when you fought her in the Underdark with Bezalith and My Eyes and My Fury and Filner and Ionis.
I believe I recognize this one. I believe it is Bazir Geralt.
But now it also, because you both got natural 20s and Sam's was a 27, even from here, that armor is identical to the armor that Jebel wore, the commander of the army that was going up against the Owlwood and Brine Town and the ghost of the Brine. Identical.
This armor looks familiar. I feel it means something, but I don't know what.
Did we destroy that armor before?
I don't remember. Has someone taken notes?
The armor
If I had a
before
gold
was,
piece for every piece of armor I've destroyed.
the armor before was animated. It wasn't itself of note, but somehow perhaps it has made it back here, or it is not the only one of that ilk.
I remember now, yes. Or perhaps this is the one that controls the other.
No, it didn't work like that.
You hear the woman's voice booming out, and she says, Krakus, go ahead and open the gate. If he wants to come in, I'll parlay with him. And it's clearly like a magic spell because it's booming throughout the entire square, and she is quite far from you.
These must be the schismatic druids we've heard about. Shall we try to enter through the front door, or do we find a back alley here to fly up to the towers while everyone's attention is turned toward the gate?
Let us be quick and quiet.
Yes, we can leave our two familiars here to keep an eye on things.
The guards at the front door are still at the front door, right?
Yeah, and they're still super, like, they're lackadaisical. Like, they're just leaning on their pole arms. Like, they would be sitting down if they had chairs. They're not taking their job very seriously. And this woman starts to walk through the middle of the square, and you can see everyone who is in the square, very few people, they start to make their way to the sides of the square, closer to where you all are, and the other sides as well. Like, they are clearly making a path for her.
Is there any separation between the palace and the buildings around it? It sort of
Very
backs up
little.
into the outer wall, right?
Yeah, very, very little. I would say there's actually right next to the palace on either side is a canopy that has grown flowers and vines. That's also the same wood that the buildings are made of. So if you were up there, you could still probably walk across it if that's what you're wondering. And that touches the actual palace itself.
I'm just wondering if we can get out of sight next to the palace and then just fly up the outside and in a tower window.
Probably. Yes, that would be something you could probably do. You could probably, Schnobik, you could probably climb.
Well, yeah. I don't know about these fools, though.
Ionis has his rope, too. Ionis, you could probably climb up as well.
Oh.
And we could all climb up with the rope. Yeah, I still got it. A thought has occurred to me. She does seem rather important. If we begin fighting here in the tower, couldn't she just radio Havus from out here?
Do we see pendants?
Give me an investigation check.
All of us?
I'm doing this.
I'm pretty smart.
You're doing this, yeah.
15 for Schnobik.
Natural 1, which is an 11.
Which is an 11. It's respectable.
Yeah.
No natural one, no automatic fails on ability checks.
You don't see the pendant, but you do see that she's probably wearing something underneath her armor, like a necklace but you can't see the actual you can't see what's around her neck.
But I was also told that there were servants and there were alchemists, and that was all that was here. And she does not look like a servant.
This is for sure not a servant.
Yeah, so
For sure not a servant.
But there are guards as well. There are soldiers, alchemists, and
They
servants.
serve in the capacity of fighting.
I mean, if it's servants with weapons, that's on them. I was told the people that we don't kill are the ones who would run away if I brandish this thing here. And I grab my sword that nobody can see.
All right, so you guys are going to keep making your way toward the palace?
Yeah.
All right. So
Mark 1.
The drums get louder and louder. She stops middle of the square, and you hear this like super loud popping sound. And right into the middle of the square, there appears a scraggly looking elf with super long hair that's braided that goes all the way down to his ass. And he's wearing just a leather loincloth. And he has got 5 or 6 crows that are flying around his head. Come out, Havus Corvair. Come out. Face your maker. The woman stands up and says, DB, you should not come here. Are you here as a scorned husband or as chief of the Eldenswald tribe? Husband. Will you take me in the place of Havus then? I got no quarrel with you, Corrine. Then go and come back when King Moonbrook returns tomorrow antemeridian. But please use this time to reflect and remember that for him, it will be a return of 2 decades' time. You may not find the satisfaction that you are hoping for. The old druid sort of looks around, and then you see he begins to cast something.
Is Corrine, is that the name we were listening for?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Griggly's daughter.
Yes, that's right.
Griggly
That's
and
correct.
Elspeth's daughter.
And a cloud forms above the open square, a rain cloud, and it darkens the entire square, even darker than the dusk.
Now is our time. We must move now. We cannot afford to be distracted by this drama, this dramaturgy taking place in front of us. It will distract the others. We cannot afford to be taken in.
She is
All
one
right.
of the alchemists we are here to
Yes.
remove.
So we will take care of the ones on the inside first and take care of this armored behemoth last.
And one of us was told to save one. Was that Filnir?
Yeah, that was me.
Did you tell us that?
I don't think so.
No. Okay, so
Quickly up the side, this way, up the side of the palace.
I'm gonna follow Snowbik.
All right.
Yep, off we go.
And you hear a lightning strike in the middle of the square, and you hear more thundering sounds, and you hear a scream. And where are you going to go into the tower or into the palace? Front door. You're going to
No, we're going up the
guards?
side. I think we're going up the side. Ionis has his rope.
Jesus help me.
Probably hard. And I sort of look around for a second, like nervous.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, oh, no. It's fine.
So I guess the rope, once it fully leaves my backpack, becomes visible.
Yeah, it does.
And then I
Quickly
tell
while
him,
they're looking away.
Yeah, no one's looking at you though.
Yeah.
Who's going up first?
Schnobik.
So Ionis.
Yep.
The moment that Schnobik touches the tower and touches your rope, he is also visible.
He was visible
Okay.
anyway.
Yeah. I'm just stealthing.
Sorry. Stealthing. Okay. All right. So you
I
see
don't
him, he's
notice
going
anything.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go second.
So Filnir, as soon as Ionis touches the building, the palace, as soon as he touches any part of it, he is totally visible.
Does
I'll
it have
tell
some?
him that.
Is
in
there
his
some
head.
kind of magic dispelling property on this? I'm glad we did not try to bluff our way in with a magical disguise.
Do I feel my mage armor?
Your mage armor, what school of magic is mage armor? It's abjuration,
Abjuration,
or
yeah.
conjuration.
I'm
Abjuration.
not sure you can feel your. Here, I will try to punch you. You try to punch me, Ionis. We will see if each other's mage armor
If you
is
touch me, I will
operable.
fireball you.
If you touch me, I will fireball you.
What?
Yes, it is abjuration. Yeah, it works. You still have your mage armor
Still
on.
have my mage armor.
Yeah.
Ah, must be a ward against illusions.
Interesting.
Quickly this way, up the tower now.
I climb.
So we because we're going up onto the roof of the palace, right?
Yeah. So remind me with your rope, you get, it's a super easy check. It's like a DC 10 check with advantage or something like that, because you make it with
When
knots
I
in
tell
it.
I tell it to knot, and then I can just kind
Yeah.
of.
So and I was letting you do acrobatics, not just athletics, right?
Yeah.
All right. So acrobatics or athletics to climb this rope. I'll either let you, before you roll, add 3 DC to the difficulty of this climb, or have you roll a stealth and an acrobatics check. Your choice.
This is for all of us, or just for Ionis?
I'm going to take. This is for everybody.
The worst one.
The worst one. It's
Okay,
the worst one here.
I'm gonna add 3 to the DC.
Okay, so it's a DC 13 acrobatics check
with
for you.
advantage.
Not with advantage, but oh my goodness. Okay,
33.
That's so crazy. Okay.
I'll add 3 as well.
All right, DC 13 acrobatics.
17.
Perfect. All right.
All right, I'm going to follow up behind them, but I'm going to use athletics.
Okay, perfect.
So just straight.
Straight. If you want to be stealthy, I'll add 3 to the DC.
Yeah,
so
sure.
DC 13. Okay.
I'll be stealthy.
Okay.
17.
Perfect.
Nice.
So you guys get into the first window in the second floor, and no problem. It's about 15 feet up from the roof there, and you, as soon as you land in this room, you see that you are in a study, a library type situation.
So this is a room on the second floor of the palace, or this is a room in the tower? Okay.
Palace. Yes. There's no windows in the tower until you get like all the way to the top. Yeah. So it's a library. There's no one in it. I was going to have someone in it if you'd have failed this check.
Does anyone have any kind of like detect thoughts or anything? Any radar? Any aliens mini-map motion detector we can get going on?
Filnir
Tim used to
does.
have it.
No, I still do.
Cool.
I just have to cast. It's a 5th level spell, and it's one of 3.
But the version you have extends the range on it depending on the spell level that you have, because you got it from.
Yes, so it's
Yeah.
120 feet.
Is this
Yeah.
Edgar's detect thoughts?
Yeah.
This is Edgar's detect thoughts. Yeah. All right. So are you going to cast that?
It seems prudent. I will cast it,
Yeah.
and I will no
Okay.
longer be invisible, since it requires
Oh, yeah.
concentration, right?
Well, you're not invisible anyway because you're
Right, because
got
of the
spell.
illusion
Yeah.
disappear. Yeah.
Yeah. So you sort of scan from where you are. There are 2 creatures in this room with you right now. People.
Schnobik
Me and
Ionis.
Ionis.
In addition to your friends who are with you. There's one sitting at a table whose surface thoughts are, no, not in here. Huh? Maybe here. And you get the sense that he's perhaps meditating. And the other one is sleeping.
In my head, I will say, "You're not alone. One seems to be asleep. Can't quite tell where. And another's at the table. And do I have a sense of the direction?"
The table is like 10 feet away from where you are.
Oh.
You
Is
see a
there-
chair, but there's no one in it.
Is there light in here?
Yes, there are candles, and there is certainly some magical light emanating from the bookshelves that are in this thing. So sort of like shining down onto the bookshelves.
Yeah, in my head, you hear, "He may be invisible, but I don't know why they would be invisible amongst themselves. It sounds like he's at this table, in that chair.
So we
Meditating.
can see this and we don't see anything.
You don't see anything there. No.
I'm not sure what the best approach is. Do we swing and risk making noise? I cannot see him."
Snowbit, can you close your eyes and get a sense of who's around?
Yeah, is my blind sight pinging anything?
Oh, yes. You close your eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see a man sitting at the table, and he is flipping through a book that is not on the table. But with your blind sight, it appears to be there. And in fact, with your eyes closed, you do not see any bookshelves, just the table.
There's some kind of illusion going on here.
Illusion, or
I
is
see him. With my
Oh,
eyes
Schnabel.
closed, I see him.
you were not with us in Waterdeep? It was a very strange confluence of space. Things seemed the same, but were also different. Is it perhaps he's not on the same plane? Or am I thinking about this too hard?
Filnir, you realize now you know this place. You have been here before. You have read books in this room before. It is super freaky.
My instinct
And-
is to reach for the staff.
Yeah. So when you reach for the staff, your two comrades completely disappear to you, and you are standing in this room, and the gentleman at the table looks up and goes, "Oh, Master Gilbraine, is that you?
Master Gilbraine.
My God, it is you.
What? Why does it sound
You
so
here
familiar?
to kill him, then?" And he says, Poppy, Master Gilbraine is here." And another elf sits up, who was on a couch that you didn't see before. "Oh, it is you, Master Gilbraine. You've been gone so long. Where have you been?"
Poppy, the name sounds so familiar. Do I recognize them?
I mean, God help you, you do. It's hard to place them, but like they're familiar to you for sure.
There's so much
Oh,
flooding
my.
back in this moment. I'm sorry. It has been so long. New memories have clouded the old. How are you? How have you been treated?
Well, not well. If I had to be honest with you, Havus, he's a real motherfucker.
That much I have not forgotten.
I mean, he called himself king, and he goes out into the village, and he just takes anyone he wants. Doesn't matter if he's got a husband, a father, a wife. He says he's creating planes. It's crazy.
Sounds crazy, to be sure.
And you got your bitch's staff back, is that right?
I did.
Didn't think she was going to give it back to you, but you got it back all right.
I did. It was very strange, but I don't have time to tell you the story now.
Should we kill the 2 men with yous?
No. No.
Look, you could see their hearts. One's blue and one's black.
Yes. They share our common goal. They are here to assist.
Havus ain't here.
I know, but I hear he is back tomorrow.
Why, they don't tell me.
Does he have a
Who-
pattern when he comes back?
He just gets nasty. Every time. Just gets nasty.
He
They say
doesn't?
he doesn't even drink when he goes away. 20 years he doesn't drink. Of course, you know all about that, don't you, Master Gilbraine?
I suppose I do.
Who are you looking for this time, then?
Well,
Carl? Corrine? Shep? Jesse?
the alchemists, yes.
Yeah, you could call them that, I guess.
That's what they're currently being referred to as.
Where's your baubles,
My
Master?
my baubles.
Your baubles. And she
My-
touches you. She touches your pouch. She says, "Oh, I see you carrying around most of them." Then
What are we seeing while all of this is going on?
his staff is floating in the air.
He did his
Is
weird
this
vanishing
normal,
thing again.
Ionis?
It's,
What has happened to him?
it's odd. We saw this before when we were fighting that steel predator. He touches his staff and then starts floating, but he's gone. I don't know. It's all very strange. I've
How
grown more
long
used
do
to
we
it than
give
I'd
him?
like.
Can I
I'm
still
gonna say in my brain?
hear
feel,
them?
Feel near in my brain.
Does Rary's work across planes?
It does. It works. It works here with this.
Ionis, don't fear. I've made contact with the 2 that I could detect. We have nothing to worry about.
Well, yes, but we are still on a time schedule.
Yes, I will be back in a moment. Just
Alright,
wanted to make
Snowbeak,
sure
he
it was safe.
Snowbeak says he's fine. Said
I
he'll be
can
back
see
in a
where you
moment.
are. Proceed, and I will follow. And I'll be back with you.
All right.
I don't like it, but
Can you not see my staff? You can see where I am.
We can. I think he's right, Snowbeak. We should at
Press
least take a
on.
look.
These 2 that I hear will harm us not.
all right. I'm gonna stick my head out the door. You want to do this, or should we go back to Phil?
Let's finish. Let's quickly finish Filnir, and then
Tom,
we'll-
did you say the
we'll-
guy's name? I know you said Poppy, but I don't remember if you said the guy's name.
I mean, his name is Crutch, but I don't know if I
Crutch.
named him or not.
I
It's
don't think you
Poppy and
did.
Crutch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out if Filnir's recollection of Crutch is enough to bring his name back in his head.
I
Poppy didn't say it.
give me a DC 20 history check.
Oh boy.
Do you have any bonuses to hit?
Yeah, I got +5,
to-
so
Okay.
13.
Yeah. I mean, you don't know this. I mean, it's hard to place him.
Right.
I'll tell you with Poppy. Poppy's the one who taught you how to cook.
Okay.
And that sticks out to you as a very important person in your life.
Poppy, I want to talk
Yeah.
to you so much more and show you some tricks that I've learned, but I must go. Don't speak of my return to anyone. Please, either of you. It's very
They don't
important.
even know they don't know we here. They don't know.
Keep
Worry
it that
not.
way. Keep it that way, and we will cook up a feast as soon as I'm able, Poppy.
Oh, wait. Here. And she takes off from her neck one of the amulets that is what you're looking for. And she puts it around your neck and she says, Master Gilbraine, you remember how to use this one? Yeah?
I'll just give her a knowing look.
Yeah. All right. DC 15 history check.
21.
Yes.
You even remember the command word, which I will let you make up. And you get the benefit once per day for an hour of any feat in the player's handbook when you speak the command word using this amulet,
Holy crap.
including the feats of like giving you an extra warlock invocation if that's what you choose. So Tasha's or
Well, let's hope I don't have to pull that out this episode because I got some reading to do.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah. All right.
Okay. Does that leave me?
Once a day, Tim has to read all of his books.
Yes.
That's what you've just
All
done.
his players' handbooks.
And you guys know how quick I am with the spells. If you've got the bonus episodes.
Right.
Does that tell me, or does my recollection tell me that Poppy is one of the alchemists in question?
For sure.
Okay.
And so is Crutch. For sure.
Okay.
But they're clearly against Havus Corvair.
Clearly.
Yeah. I mean they're clearly friends with Filnir, or thinks that they are.
We got people that could help us maybe later.
Yeah.
Reach out to
Poppy.
him and bring him here.
I have to go. I will be back. I may need your help. What can you tell me of the others who hold the same pendants?
You really did a number on yourself, didn't you?
I must have.
Well, that way is a tower of lightning, and that way is a tower of acid. And they don't mix. Corrine's in charge of the lightning tower, and Dasha's in charge of the acid tower.
Thank you.
Half and half, as far as I can tell. 3 and 3 in each of those towers.
Yes. Did they never ask you to speak to Havus? Send him messages? Or have they forgotten
Havus
about you?
keeps us locked up here.
Hmm.
You can leave the door, but there are wards all over this place. We can't even leave. We can't even eat. He keeps us bound to some other plane.
I'm so
It's awful.
sorry. Poppy, that's for someone with so much knowledge of how to cook. I cannot think of a worse torture.
Oh, would you like to hear one? And she pulls out a book and she says, "Look at this book." And she flips through it and she says, "Now you've read this one. Maybe you don't remember. How many chapters are there in this book?"
Many.
37. Look, 34 chapters. Havus has hexed all of our books to leave out the last 3 chapters, every single one of them.
You cannot hear the end of the story. Terrible. I thought you were going to say it was a cookbook. At least
No.
it is not that.
No.
All right, I will be back, Poppy. And again,
Master, take this. And Crutch gives you his amulet as well.
thank you.
It's no good to me anyway. Can't read the player's handbook. The last 3 chapters are where all the feats are.
That son of a bitch. I will avenge his tortures for you. And I let go of my staff and follow Ionis and Schnobik
All right, so
with one pendant around my neck and another one in my hand.
yeah. So Ionis and Schnobik, this hallway it's actually just a kind of a landing. So it's the library, and then it's oh God, what's the word I'm looking for here? It's sort of a platform above the first floor that looks down into it. There's stairs that go down to the first floor. That's sort of a large ballroom and entryway. And then it leads directly on this pathway, this hallway leads to the west. It leads to a tower, and to the east, it leads to a tower. And there's nobody here at all that you can see. Though you can hear the doors open down on the first floor, and you can hear the lightning fight going on in the square.
Shall we investigate the towers quickly? If there's anyone here, we may be able to dispatch them while the commotion rages outside.
I'm going to fill them in in my head quickly on the acid tower and the lightning tower, and that there's 3 alchemists in each, and that they do not mix.
Is this a typical rivalry, or is there one school we can expect to be an ally?
That I do not know.
Kill them all, then.
But I think we can take turns. I don't think we have to try to defeat 6 alchemists simultaneously.
Perhaps we lock 3 of them in a room with the darkness bead.
Schnobik, did you pick up the darkness bead before you left Monterre?
Yes, I have it.
Very good. Then perhaps we do. Although I don't know if perhaps just attacking one side with the element of surprise is best first, and if they don't mix very often.
Yes, let us hurry. If lightning is Corinne's and she's out front, let us look there first.
All right.
We're gonna head up the tower.
Yep.
Do you want new stealth checks from us?
Yes. Give me new stealth checks. And if you're going to cast anything, let me know.
I'm going to keep my detect thoughts on instead of trying to go invisible again.
Okay.
20 stealth.
17 for
Yeah.
Filnir.
And I'll tell you, Filnir, with your detect thoughts on, and if you're heading to the lightning tower, you pick up the surface thoughts because 120 feet. I think you can hear the top of the tower even. So between you and the top of the lightning tower, you hear 8 people's thoughts, surface thoughts. Very superficial surface, but clearly some of them are angry, and some of them are bored.
Okay. And do they seem like they're all together, like responding to things simultaneously, or does it seem like it's disparate?
I'm trying to think of how like pinpointing you can get on this. They do not seem to be speaking to each other. Like their minds don't seem to be interacting with each other very much.
Right. I mean, I imagine
a couple of them are.
I imagine like if it was like a military patrol, like there would be a commander, and then they would all hear the command, and you'd hear sort of a surface like, fuck, or you know what I mean, like a surface response.
That thing is dirty.
Okay.
That thing is dirty. Oh shit! Let me clean it again then before she gets back. And another person is, did I already put 3 drops of acid into this? Ugh. How many drops have I put in?
Right.
Like you're hearing those kinds of thoughts.
Right. Okay. I'll let them know that there's 8 and they don't seem to be together. They don't seem to be working. If you were, I'll give them the rundown on what you just said.
Okay.
Can you determine if any are alchemists?
Does any sort of lead into that? I could try to dig deeper.
Probably the one who's trying to make
the acid.
a potion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be my guess.
Schnobik, there is one who seems to be mixing some ingredients. That would be my inclination would be to start there.
Okay.
And Kareen, we know, is
Very well.
outside. So.
Sorry, Schnobik doesn't say okay.
We know Corrine is outside. That's one. One mixing a potion.
We must be quick and we must be quiet. Let us go.
Let us go.
Okay. So, remind me of your stealth checks.
17 for Filnir.
20 for Aeonis.
Okay. And you're going up in what order?
Schnobik's going first.
Okay. Stairs take up the entire circle of the tower. So they're just a long spiral staircase that are super wide. So the radius of the tower is probably 20 feet. And the entirety of these stairs sort of snake up along the wall, basically. And
so no rooms
central corridor
below the top of the tower.
No rooms below the top of the tower. You are making your way up. Filnir, you hear someone. You hear 2 people say, "Something's on the stairs. Something's on the stairs."
They've heard us.
Well, people traverse these stairs all the time. What is
Corrine?
unusual about that?
Corrine?
Nothing except it is us. We are not
Corrine,
hidden.
is that you?
Faster.
A minor illusion. Yes.
um,
You heard her voice, so
You did. Okay. Give me a deception check. Or performance. Your choice, performance or deception. I'm going to do a straight, it's going to be a contested check.
All right. I'm going to do performance. It doesn't matter either one, but I'm trying to make it sound like her voice as best as possible.
Okay.
3.
Okay. And we are in initiative. That was a 22. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
As soon as he hears that, yes, Schnobik draws his sword.
and we can't see anybody yet, right?
You cannot see anybody yet.
I just heard their thoughts, right?
17.
16.
All right. And let me get
17 for Filnir.
nice, guys. That's good.
I'll be right behind Schnobik because I know his dex is better than mine.
And I have a bad. It's bad. Okay. Schnobik, you still can't see the room yet. So it's at least around the corner, but you heard the voices and it sounds like more than just right around the corner to where they are.
I dash.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Well, hold on a second. Is there an open space in the center of the spiral stair?
There is not. So the spiral stair is like
takes
the
up
stairs,
the full width of there's
full
a
width.
column in the middle. Yeah.
That's right. And they're mounted on the column and the wall. That's how they're mounted. That's how there's space for the stairs for, your head coverage in the stairs.
Can you go up and open up that scroll with the bead in it? You can carry it around.
Yeah, I am just gonna start dashing and see how far. In my mind, I say, "How far, Filnir?"
I don't think I can quite tell.
At least 25 feet from where you are, but that's a straight line.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They are a ways up. I cannot tell, but perhaps the next landing.
Oh, wait a second. Now with 5e rules, right? I can move 30 feet
And then decide if
I
want
want
to
to
Yes.
dash. Okay.
Yeah, that's what you should do. For
so
sure.
I haul ass 30 feet.
Okay. So you haul ass 30 feet. And when you get to the, you're moving up, finally, after about 30 feet of movement, you see the opening into the room and you see the heads of at least 2 humans standing at the top of the stairs.
Okay. How far is that from where I am right now?
15 feet.
I am going to take out the darkness pebble and throw it like a grenade into the room.
Awesome. Okay.
How? What do you want me to? You want me to
I'm
roll an
gonna let
attack?
you-
A sleight of hand check?
Yeah, you can do a sleight of hand check. I mean, look, if you're anything under 10, it might not go exactly where you want it to go.
That's a natural 20, which is a 30 sleight of hand.
His
So-
bonus, also, listeners,
Yeah.
plus 10.
Yeah, it's plus 10. Yeah.
So he's like shoots it. He snaps his fingers and sort of, shoots it.
Straight
You
out
know how
of,
you can do like with a bottle cap.
straight out of
Yeah.
Hawkeye.
Sure. Sure. And you want to bounce it off anything to land exactly where you want it to land? Like, how much of the opening do you want to cover up? Like, how much of the stairs?
I
do
want
you
to
wanna
get it
cover up?
as far into the room as I can.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
want to mess up the perceptions of anyone who is inside that room. And this is the only room at the top of the tower, right?
that's right. And so including the two
Mhm.
2 people at the top of the stairs. Okay. Done.
If I can, yeah. Okay.
Done.
All right.
It's dark in there. Okay. Filnir.
I'm going.
I have ensorcelled them with darkness.
right behind Schnobik.
Okay. And you can see all the way into the darkness.
Right. And how much further is the darkness
15,
if I go 30 feet?
Yeah, so another 15 feet to the darkness, and there's two people standing right there. And these people, like, you recognize the voices in the brain voices, that these are the ones who are cleaning.
Right. When I look at their face, can I tell if their eye line, like if they can see us, right? Can I tell if their like eye line is off because they're in the darkness now, right?
They cannot see.
Okay.
Right, you completely ignore darkness. So
yeah, basically, unless it's heavy obscured.
It's like you don't even really know that it exists.
I mean, I guess that's true. I
You just
imagine I
have
have
to
some way to
believe.
recognize that it's there,
Well,
but maybe I
told,
don't.
He told you he did it. You saw
Yeah,
him.
he told you he
Yeah.
did it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, but
but
you're basically like colorblind to red.
I just watch him
And he's
throw
like,
a
the whole
pebble, and
room's
I'm
red,
like,
man.
I'm like, wait, where does it end and where does it not? I've got to know somehow.
You can tell that people can't see. They're all like this.
Right? Yeah.
Tim, I'll allow it.
Just have a sense of when it's the devil's sight working. Okay. I mean, the logical thing would be to hit one of these mofos in the head. But I can't attack if I run anymore. So I'm going to Eldritch Blast. The first one I can see. All right, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
20 to hit.
That's a
Brutal Filnir.
Okay.
Slaughtering the cleaning crew. I didn't know you had it in you.
Oops. Wait, right clicked the wrong. 11 force damage on the first one.
hit. Okay, Schnobik obviously can't see this. I certainly can't.
He can see me shooting because I'm next to him.
You shoot into it. You hear the force like hit, and then you can see that there's almost nothing left of this human being.
Good Lord.
So it's just a spray of human detritus, and the two like and then Schnobik, you see from the darkness, waist down, like legs,
Just a pair of legs just fall out of the darkness.
fall straight into the stairs.
I'm gonna shoot at the second one.
Cauterized.
Who I imagine the first one is now covered in like spray, like
Yes.
spatter from the first one. Just
Yes, and a
Just like-
scream.
and completely unaware of why.
Yes,
Oops, sorry, wrong one. 18 to hit on the second one.
that will also hit. You should be getting advantage also for these attacks.
Oh, that's
as
true.
well. But don't
I
even worry about it.
I don't
Let
think
me
I
see
need
what
it.
the damage is.
11.
And two more legs fall down into the thing, and you hear a voice from inside say, "You're going to die anyway. Drink your potions." All right.
And I have a third blast, but I got nobody to target.
You can't see anybody here yet. Yeah.
So I will say in my head very briefly, there's at least one more inside. That's it.
Okay. All right. And it's Ionis.
Ionis is going to pull out his special pouch and cast animate objects on his silver pieces, and they're going to float around Schnobik's head, and he's going to tell them to attack whoever Schnobik is attacking.
I
Okay.
really thought you were going to say the legs for a second, and it was totally morbid and gross, but it would have been really funny.
Super crazy good. Yeah. Awesome.
Just
Awesome.
4 floating legs.
Just kicking people.
It's a full-on Tom Blaylock gross out by Joe
Yeah,
Watson.
that's it.
Right.
That's
Through
it.
Tim Carr. Yeah.
Now I'm going to do my silver pieces. They're going to attack whoever Schnobik is attacking because
Okay.
I can't see what's going on.
So that will have to happen on your turn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And beyond that, I'm going to watch them run into the darkness, and I'm going to stay out of the darkness, kind of on edge, and be listening to what's going on,
Okay.
and then start doing my nails.
Just standing there cleaning under his fingernails.
All right. So In the darkness,
Where the shadows lie.
you hear someone moving, and you hear him say, yes, cast it there. Yes, I'm telling you, it is ensorcelled. It is an item. And it's no longer dark.
Before you do that, I can hear them casting.
Yeah, but you got to see them for...
I'm gonna use Griggly's wild counter, which you told me is either being able to see or hear.
Wow.
Oh shit. Griggly's wild counter.
All right, let me bring up Griggly's wild counter here. God damn it.
I'm gonna do it at 4th level.
All right.
I'm bringing
Gotta
it
be
back,
kidding
baby.
me. Gotta be kidding me. Okay. Okay. Did I say that I was what level I was casting my dispel magic
You didn't
at?
say you didn't say what you were casting it at, but I'm casting this at 4th level.
Okay. All right. So I got my surge table up. All right.
Spell bonus plus 2x the spell level.
Yes.
So I got a
So
+8.
you're getting
All right. So you got
Plus
plus 8.
plus your
All right.
plus 5, right? So plus 13.
Oh yeah.
That can't be right. What kind of foolish person made this spell? Fuck. All right. 6 plus.
I love the example text in this spell. Smitty rolls 13 and adds 7 to his roll. The wizard
Okay.
rolls 9.
So, John, why don't you go ahead and roll first?
D20 roll.
D20 roll
It was
plus
a blast from the past.
8
Right.
plus
That's going to be plus 13.
27.
So it's going to be a 27.
27. Okay. So this is going to be plus 14.
Asshole.
No, I'm just doing the math. Because 3 times 2 is 6 plus 8.
You've got a
is-
spell bonus of 8.
Yeah.
What?
Proficiency
spell
plus
attack.
Plus spell
int.
attack bonus? I thought it was my spell
Oh.
casting modifier.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Spellcasting modifier. So this guy only has 5 plus 6, 11. So it's 11. You got 27?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it needs a 16
So that means
or
what do I
better.
roll? I got a 16 or better, right? I really want you to lose on this one. I don't know why. I feel
You
like
hate
this
that pebble.
contested thing.
Why'd you have to tell him it works on hearing too?
Come on. 15.
Plus 11.
Plus 11.
26.
26. Doesn't quite cut it.
God damn it. Oh, wait. No, he can't see you.
He can't see
God
me.
damn it.
Can't see me.
He can't counterspell
Counter
you.
the
Fuck
counter.
shit.
Trace buster.
And he just says, oh,
Well, don't I get to roll on the table?
yeah.
So
Yeah, sure.
hold
But
on.
you choose between that and then the spell, or
Well,
just the spell
sometimes
being
it's
countered,
sometimes
right?
the spell works and something terrible happens, right?
Yeah.
Is it a D20? I forgot.
Let me look it up. Sorry, I had it open.
I pulled
here
it
and
up right here
moved
on the chat.
It's a D20.
D20. 16.
Okay. Either the spell is cast without interruption, or all of the wizard's clothes, armor, and belonging, except what they hold in their hands, suddenly appear in a neat pile in the most difficult to reach place within sight of the caster.
So the spell is not cast,
that old
and
classic.
the clothes end up on top
Yeah.
of the tower,
It's
right?
it's the Waverly special.
It's the Waverly special, exactly.
No, wait, no. Either it goes off.
Which
Wait, the
goes
wild
off?
counter goes off, or the
Wait,
original spell
Yeah,
goes
it's
off?
the original spell goes off. The
Yeah,
dispel
you're
magic,
right.
either the dispel magic goes off or their clothes disappear,
Yeah,
and the spell doesn't go off, right?
that's right.
So naked, clothes at the top of the tower in the most difficult to reach spot.
No, he can
and-
see in the spot he can see. Right?
So
Well, he
you
can't
so
see
you
anything.
so where you
That's true.
A spot
where
where I
you
can see. And
So all
there
of his
any?
clothes and everything end up in a place that you can see.
Out here in
And I
the
don't
hall.
see any windows outside of the hallway or anything.
It'll be in the hallway somewhere.
It'd be like
it'll
down on the
stairs.
lowest
down the
possible
stairs, way
stair
down the
from him.
stairs. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, he's not going to take time to get dressed again anyway.
Right.
No matter
All
where the
right.
stuff is.
So
I
you're
love
a
that. Just
little-
like, I could just, let's get rid of this. What happened to my clothes?
yes. Well, he feels cooler, but he
Does he,
can't see
does
his
he
own
see
clothes.
anything notable in the clothes? Are they just robes? Are they armor?
Oh, I mean, yeah, he's got like a sack full of potions that were his like main weapons of attack. It's just the ones he has in his hand are the only ones he gets to keep. You son of a bitch. It's cool. Okay.
Yeah, God,
Cool.
who made this fucking spell?
Right?
This
Who made
is so
this thing?
dumb. This is so dumb.
Listen,
Okay. Well,
John has suffered so much because of Griggly's wild counter.
okay.
Yeah, he still feels
He
the shame from
deserves to
Florin.
have it work this one time.
So the other guy can see, it's got blind sight for 10 feet. So he sees this thing happen and he says, "What potion do you have in your hand?" And he says, "Just the steel predator potion. I was giving it to one of our
Motherfucker.
I was going to give it to one of our cleaning folks." He says,
What the fuck?
"Do not take too many hits. You will die. I know." And this guy,
Does it turn him into a steel predator?
this
Is that
guy,
where they're getting the steel predators from?
Yikes.
You hear things falling, shit getting knocked over. Filnir, you hear in your brain the most excruciating scream of like psychic pain you've ever heard. And
Now, you said he has blind sight to 10 feet
yeah,
and he can see Filnir?
no,
And you don't
He
have
can't
to
see
see
Filnir.
you don't have to see anybody for this?
for what?
Whatever's happening?
No, don't
No,
worry.
this is something happening to a guy in the room.
Yes.
Okay.
That's right.
All right.
That's right. And you hear the other one begin to cast something. You recognize the elvish incantations for greater invisibility.
Okay, do I take any damage from that painful scream?
No.
Okay, you just sort of double over and probably put my hands over my ears
Yes.
instinctually.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I will mutter in my head through the discomfort that they're going invisible.
And then you hear another person say, "They're going to kill you anyway. Just take it." You hear crashing again and more psychic screams. It is your turn, Schnobik.
So I run into the room.
Okay. So when you,
At the doorway, I got about 10 feet to the doorway.
yeah,
Okay. What do I see?
within 10 feet of you,
What do I see? I'm doing air quotes. here.
yeah, when you get up to the top,
Wait, as I'm running, I say in my head, Filnir, how far back?
15 feet from the door, like that's what you've heard,
Yeah.
Okay.
Filnir.
I'm not Batman. But I don't know, 20 feet past the door, maybe.
All right. So do I
Okay.
sense anything from the doorway?
For the doorway, you hear things. You hear snarling and snapping, but you do not see any people or creatures. You see, there's a very close to you is a desk, but that's the closest thing to you.
All right. I'm going to move towards the sound of the voices that I heard and find someone to stab with my sword.
When you get about 5 feet in more, you make out the nose of a steel predator, and you can see it, and it is metallic, and it sees you as well.
They're giant though, right? Like they're not giant literally, but they're large. Yeah, they're
Large.
huge for us compared to us.
Very big. Very big.
Must be a big room. Do I see another person?
5 feet in, you see the steel predator. If you
Mhm.
move in more,
I'm gonna move towards it,
yeah.
but I'm not keen to engage with it. I want to find the other person who may be a better sword target.
So as you move closer to it, to your right, there is a naked elf standing in the darkness right over your stone. And he's holding a long sword and a potion in his hand. And just to the right of him is another snout. Just the snout is all you can make out of another steel predator.
So 2 steel predators. Saving them reactions. Sorry, I'm thinking.
It's a big moment.
The Shadow Blade wand, is that a bonus action?
Bonus action, yes.
All right. Do steel predators take psychic damage?
They're
What did we
constructs.
learn
I don't
about
think.
them
I don't
last time?
think so. Plus, they have resistance to all sorts of shit.
To all sorts of
Yeah.
stuff. This
Yeah.
is
I mean, you
bad
you
news.
remember specifically that. Oops, shoot. You
We know
remember
fi-
specifically that that they didn't take damage from bludgeoning, psychic, piercing, or slashing from non-magical attacks. Now, psychic from a magical attack, I think still counts.
I have my notes if you want it.
Yeah, and they did get hurt by fire.
They were immune to psychic.
They were immune to psychic.
Yeah.
Yes.
we know that
Poison-
force and fire works.
Poison, charm, fear, stun, and psychic. They're immune to resistant to cold, lightning,
Force and
they
fire.
and they can see in darkness.
So
I don't know if that's magical darkness or not, though.
They have blind sight.
I want to get the potion out of this guy's hand. But
I'd say steal it and take it, but then we don't know if you'll ever turn back from a steel predator.
all right, fuck it.
Chop his hand off so my coins can attack him instead of the steel predators.
So Shinobik runs in heedless, sees one steel predator, closes with it looking for the elf, finds the elf, sees a second steel predator, and feels metaphorically the darkness closing in on him and casts fireball.
Oh shit.
Okay. So roll it.
Where are you targeting and centering?
Yeah, tell me where you're going to target.
Right on top of myself.
Wow. Okay.
It's the Silhavind way.
Yeah.
Throw that thing at your feet.
So, should I roll? It's going to be a DC 16 dex save.
Okay.
And you moved 30 feet? Or did you not move
Yeah.
30 feet? Okay.
I moved basically 30. Yeah.
Because Ionis and I are outside the door.
Yeah.
All right. You gonna roll it?
Okay. What is it? 8d6?
Yeah.
Oh, good grief.
If you're casting a third level, which I think is what you got, right?
That's all I got.
That's all he's got. Sam gets to roll the dice.
Not super high. 23.
Okay. All right. So
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me roll my saving throw. That is a 7. I'm gonna use my indomitable, or one of my indomitables. Roll that again. I can do better than that.
you got this.
17. There we
Okay.
go.
So you take half.
So I take half, and then I'm gonna use my reaction for absorb elements.
Okay.
No,
Cool.
No, I'm not. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm going to
That's all
save
right.
that reaction. Something tells me I will
Yeah.
have something better to do than save myself from 6 damage. That
So
reaction.
let me do this a deck save, right?
Dicks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So doesn't really matter for either one of these, except Schnobik, you hear both of these voices just completely snuffed out. And Schnobik, you see that the steel predator, both of those steel predators slump to the ground and turn into dead commoners.
Oh.
And the
Huh.
let's see here.
Interesting.
And then what's the radius on Fireball?
30
20.
feet?
Oh,
20 feet.
I mean, okay. You hear many others snuffed out too. Filnir, but
I thought we weren't
many
burning
others.
a tower down.
Yeah, they really are. Okay. And then he said, "Oops, that's not right. It should be plus another 3 to that." Okay. And what's the DC?
16.
16. Okay. So they're each taking 6. Okay. All right.
What devilry is this? There were steel predators. Now they're gone.
Yes. You will all die for this. You don't know who you're messing with. And it is.
Did we get the wrong address?
All right. Filnir, it's you. So Schnobik runs up. You see him. You
Flash
see
of
him.
fire.
Yeah, you see the top of his head only, but you could see it's he's kind of shaking. He looks scared, and then fire everywhere, all the way down just to your lips almost.
Okay.
And you hear all but 2 people snuffed out upstairs.
Okay. How did it get upstairs? That's crazy. What is the distance between me and the elf, the naked elf that has not died
I mean, you
yet?
can't see him,
Right, but if I go to the door, I'll move to the door.
Yeah, you go to the door. It's in there 15 feet.
So I can reach him?
So you can reach him, yeah.
Okay.
You're going to go after the naked one?
I mean, there's nothing else alive in the room, correct?
There's another elf.
There's another elf, clothed.
There's another elf.
How far
wearing
from the
an
door?
amulet. And in fact, you recognize him as Jessup.
Jessup. How far from the door? Can I reach that one?
No, he's he's probably 10 feet behind, away in a straight line from the naked one.
Okay. I'm going to move up to the naked one.
All right.
And
I got to redo his AC.
because he's
That's
not
some
wearing
bullshit.
any clothes. So I'm going to. I don't even know if it's worth Heskeblade's cursing. I feel like we've got this in hand. Seems like it, although we don't know how strong they really are. I'm just going to go and I will swing Quiet Dark once at his. I mean, he's holding a potion, right? I'll try to.
Mhm.
I'll just swing at him.
Okay.
Because it's D&D, and you can't just target things.
Yeah.
19 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay. That's my D8. That is 12 plus 5 for my invocation. So 17 damage with Life Drinker.
All right.
On the first swing.
That's a lot of damage.
Yep.
That's a whole lot of damage.
And then the second one, 25 to hit.
That is a hit as well.
18 more damage.
Now, did you Hexblade curse this guy?
I did
no, it
not.
doesn't matter.
That would have been an extra 10 points if I had.
Yeah. Okay. 13, you said?
I said 13 plus 5, so 18.
So 35 total on that turn.
Yeah.
He does look real messed up.
And I don't think I have anything bonus action wise that's worth doing. So that will be my turn.
All right. And Ionis.
Okay, I just realized something awful. Schnobik had my coins floating around him when he cast that fireball.
Oh yeah, they're all destroyed.
Well, they have 20 hit points each,
So
and
they
their
all gotta save.
dexterity is 18, so they got to make a
Oh.
dex save.
Okay. So +4 for all these things.
So you gotta roll 8 d20s and see how
8
many.
d20s.
It's 10 d20s.
Oh,
10
there's
d20s.
10
10 of
coins,
them.
and they get +4. So you got to beat what? 12. How many 12s can you beat?
Yeah.
Or get, I guess. How many 12s plus can you get?
All right,
12
hold on a
plus.
minute. Let me roll a bunch of these here. Okay, you said
Ooh.
they're each +4.
Yeah.
1, 2,
Yep.
3, 4, 5.
Looks like 7
6, 7.
saves.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, that's a lot of saves. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you
So-
still got 7 of them.
I still got 7.
Doesn't the
Okay.
12 save also? Isn't that a push? That's
Yeah.
a save, right?
Eight of them.
No.
Sure.
There's a
Let's
7,
give
a
it.
10, and a
I'll
6.
allow it.
Okay.
Oh, there's a 10. Oh, I didn't see the 10. Yeah, you're right. No, 7 of them.
It is 7 of them. It is 7.
Yeah.
Of them.
7.
7 of them.
Tom's like,
snip,
it doesn't
snip,
matter.
take that out.
Who
Yeah.
cares?
They're gonna chew
So
everything up
shitty.
in here.
So
cares?
shitty.
All right.
Yeah.
So they're gonna roll with advantage, right?
I don't know why you want to roll them with advantage. No, these guys see. These guys see.
They
These guys
see?
have blind sight. These guys have blind sight. Yeah, both.
Yeah,
of them.
they were going to get rid of the pebble because they could see
Yeah.
it.
They can see it.
Okay, fine.
Their helpers can't see it,
Fine.
but they can see it.
Okay, so
Oh, I should say you guys are up there. Their eyes are glowing.
well, we can't tell, right? Just Filnir.
Filnir can tell. Yeah.
Hopefully these guys are communicating mentally.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you told me that on my turn, I would have meant I would
Sorry.
have
Yeah, their
relayed that.
eyes
No,
are
that's fine.
glowing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 7 d20. Here we go. All right, let me see. What can we do? Okay, these are all +8 to hit. So
They all hit.
He's naked.
oh, I was
He's
going.
naked.
I'm sorry. I was going after the other one that was not. All
All
right, fine.
What?
Isn't he within range?
They
said-
go
you
after
said-
the one
That
I'm
Schnobik's
attacking.
attacking.
Did
Yeah, when
Schnobik
Schnobik's
attack?
attack.
Well,
Schnobik
Schnobik
didn't attack.
cast a fireball. He didn't attack
Yeah,
anybody.
he hit a fireball, and I heard a lot of voices.
So
I'm
oof.
clearly intending to kill the naked one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Gonna say,
Okay,
you
they
could,
all-
you could
they
lawyer
all
this
hit.
one to nobody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, they all hit. They all
Targeted himself.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Right. Oh my God!
They all
Wait, let me
attack
make a decision.
Schnobik.
Wait, hold up. Let me make a decision. If that's what happens.
That's
or
not cool.
No,
That's not
cool.
gonna
That's
happen.
not
but
cool.
I
Funny.
think it
It's
should.
so funny though,
That
right?
wasn't his intention.
It kind of should be that. I mean, you got to be careful about how you instruct your silver coins. All right.
Okay.
All right. Give me the damage.
All right. Hold on a minute. It's D4s here.
These guys had cool abilities. I just want to tell you, first of all, fuck off. Like, I mean,
They got to win that initiative roll, though.
yeah, I get it. I get that. I thought they were going to win it by just like knowing you were coming. Whatever. I don't care.
Nope.
I don't care.
We are stealthy bitches. Stealthy bitches. Okay.
All right,
so 7d4 plus 28. Is that what we're gonna do?
Okay. Yeah.
So that's gonna be 43 damage. Not incredible, but
Probably enough.
Let me ask you this. The silver, do these count as magical attacks?
they don't.
It just rips him apart and eviscerates him. He takes it's hole everywhere. It doesn't even hardly like bleed. It just goes through him entirely. And the other one, oh my God. The other one clearly sees this, shakes his 2 potions, that he's holding and uses his alchemist ability to take both of them.
Chug
One is a
him
bonus.
like a beer hat.
Yes, like a beer hat.
He's got to roll a con save.
And
Maybe
no.
not.
And he is going to. So he chugs one.
I don't know why I'm picturing Stone Cold Steve Austin.
It's a little bit of
the
that.
beer in each hand, just smashing them together.
Yeah.
Ah!
And yeah, he like totally sucks them both down. He sort of collapses on the ground. Metal just erupts from his body, and he changes into a steel predator. And the last thing he says to you before changing is, "I won't be as easy to bring down as those common folk." And that's where we'll end episode 82
Oh, man.
of Every War Must End, the Dungeon Dads podcast. He will get his action as a steel predator when we come back to it. So the housekeeping part of this is that the alchemist is the last in the order, but he will finish with his action. He's taken his bonus action. And then we'll be the top of the order after that. Fellas, you really killed a lot of people here already.
That's what we do.
Yeah. And
I mean, once Filnir indicated the cleaning crew was fair game, like
yeah.
No, Schnobik just got surprised and hit his panic button. Yeah.
It's true. Steel predators made out of people. Good grief.
Yeah.
Just drinking
Well,
potions.
I don't want to like give away too much, but there is a period where they are not yet fully formed steel
Yeah.
predators.
Where they still rely on their original hit points to
Got it.
to make it. And it is not a long period, but it is longer than 6 seconds. So
That was a
That
great
panic
move.
fireball may have been the best thing Schnobik ever did.
That was a
Yeah.
great
because
move.
you also kept the commoners from taking their potions.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones, you just eviscerated them.
Mm.
So, my God, a lot to unpack in this episode.
Yeah.
I think we should head over. If you guys have time, we should try to do our bonus
Let's do the
episode.
bonus.
It's ready. I'm
So,
ready.
listeners,
Yes.
if you're not already on Patreon, that's your cue.
This is a really, I think, big bonus episode. Anyway,
Yeah.
good luck, everybody.
Yeah. Some things were
And
revealed.
toodaloo.
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 Tom's got too much to think about. He's ready to whoop some behind with these artificers.
I want to create real characters today.
I gotta
So
look
that
at my
you feel-
character sheet
so that
again.
you
and
feel
remember
really
all the
bad
stuff I can do.
killing Simon and Jessup and
And Corrine.
Carl and Corrine for sure. But I should have just made it just 2 characters, but instead I have 8.
Listen, the other ones can just die quickly in a fire.
Chubba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba